All right, Shalom. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all glory, and all honors unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the whole elect. This is the priest Isaiah one with another update on the mark of the beast. This is an article that I have here from Reuters.com. This is from 6 days ago, June 5th, 2020, the year of prophecy. And the prophecy of the mark of the beast is coming to pass at this point, and at an alarming rate. Other Israelites, General Yohana, IUIC, they still deny the fact that the mark of the beast is the microchip, when all evidence in reality and in the scriptures is pointing to that fact, right? So this is I'll say this, it's June. Okay, it's June. And we're seeing the implementation of this microchip implant, the technology coming into play. So this is from Reuters. Singapore plans wearable virus tracing device for all. Okay, for all. Now that sounds like the prophecy in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay, that's a prophecy there. And he calls it all. So this is what Singapore is doing. It says Singapore plans to give a wearable device that will identify people who had interacted with carriers of coronavirus to each of its 5.7 million residents, and what could become one of the most comprehensive contact tracing efforts globally. Testing of the small devices, which can be worn on the end of a lanyard, occurred in a handbag, follows limited take-up of an earlier smartphone-based system, and has further fueled privacy concerns about contact tracing technology. Okay? So this is what they're doing. This contact tracing, which is basically the different companies like Apple and Google have included in their new updates, basically software for different companies to develop apps and things for contact tracing, meaning tracing people or tracking people that have come into contact with someone that has had COVID-19 or come into anyone with symptoms. Okay, and this is, like I said, this is an update on the mark of the beast, because this is the same technology that's going to be used when they make the microchip implant mandatory. Okay, but it's one thing that Esau does, and he does something called gradualism, which is basically an easing in of a particular program into the populace of the people. It may take a couple years, it may take a few months, but at this point, it's looking to be within the next few months. So it says the tiny city-state with one of the highest COVID-19 caseloads in Asia is one of many countries trying to use technology to allow them to safely reopen their economies. Singapore will soon roll out the device, which does not depend on a smartphone, and may then distribute it to everyone in Singapore. Vivian Balakrishnan, the minister in charge of the city-state's Smart Nation Initiative, said on Friday, the government did not specify whether carrying the device would be mandatory. The government's earlier Trace Together app encountered problems, especially on Apple devices where its operating system suspends Bluetooth scanning when the app runs in the background. Balakrishnan said repeated discussions with Apple failed to resolve the problem. And I mentioned that about Apple has developed this technology for them to use this contract tracing, and it says that it's not mandatory. It's going to be mandatory when it comes to the implant. This is an open test run. This is one step closer to the mark of the beast. Okay. Let's see here. All right, because this is, well, it's not really a long article, but I'm gonna jump down. It says Singapore has said data collected through its earlier app is encrypted and stored locally in the user's phone and will only be transferred to authorities if the individual is confirmed to be infected with COVID-19. Some businesses have already adopted wearables for contact tracing in locations where smartphone usage is restricted, while governments like Bahrain and Hong Kong have used them for monitoring people under quarantine. Vendors pitching wearables include Accent Advanced Systems, Curlink, Microshare Inc., and TraceSafe Technologies Inc., though the companies have declined to comment on potential customers. Let's see. David Su, CEO of wireless chips firm at Mosaic, said he expected multiple governments, if not all governments in Asia, to adopt wearables because they are an affordable and reliable way to ensure widespread automatic contact tracing. See, this all goes back to the governments having the power and the authority to mandate these things, because once the government is involved, a lot of time it becomes a bill, it becomes law, and the people are going to have to participate whether they want to or not, because what's being set up now all around the world is a new image, a new system, a new way of life that is being introduced through Esau. In some way, shape, or form, is all according to the power structure of Esau. All right? I'll just finish it out. It says a simple wristband with a Bluetooth chip battery and some memory could cost about $10 or possibly less, according to vendors. And that's relatively cheap. Okay? And that's just what they're using right now. Right? Right now, it mentions Google, Apple. Right? And that's just right now when it comes to these lanyards and wearables. Okay? And then once, now according to the article, the last smartphone tracking system failed. So now they're using separate wearables, because eventually they're going to have to combine. They're going to use a separate device, which is going to be the microchip implant. Okay? And this is something that's going to take place across the whole world. Okay? So this is Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. We understand that the image is the system. We understand the beast is NATO, including America and Israel. All right, and NATO its influence reaches across the world. Okay, it says that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calls it all right now in Singapore, you have the tracing technology, the wearables, to where they want all 5 million people to, use this device, wear this device. So this is leading up to this prophecy here. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? You already have a microchip technology for the brain through Elon Musk's company Neuralink, which he says that he wants to have this implanted in people's brains within a year. Okay? Within 1 year. All right? Now, this particular article isn't going into buying and selling, but when you look at the capabilities of the RFID or NFC microchip, you can use that microchip to buy and sell. You can put currency on it, digital currency on it, and you can do other things with it. Okay? Tracking people can be applied to, don't listen to these people that say, oh, the RFID chip doesn't track you, it can't track you. Yes, it can, because they put the chip in pets. All right, that's the first capability that the microchip implant had. Okay. And this is something that's going to be rolled out across the world. Okay. So I want to get this in Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, and this is what we, as the hopeful elect, us, believing in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, and knowing these things, and us, teachers and leaders warning you about what's to come. All right, we understand that the Heavenly Father is going to protect us. So Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? And enduring in this truth and this faith is a thing of patience. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right, that hour, that time of temptation is going to be when this society totally collapses and breaks down, and there is no other option that you're going to be given except for taking the mark of the beast, which we know that our option is going to be the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. But that's the temptation that's going to come. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this is a global plan that the elites of Esau has, his last ditch effort to get the world in participation and in compliance with his wicked world order that he wants to create, So verse 11 says, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. And we understand with these prophecies that are creeping up on us, that are coming to pass, we know that Yahweh Shai, our deliverer, is coming quickly. So we have to hold fast of what we have, before it's too late. So it's a trial, it's a temptation, but keeping the word of the Lord's patience, watching, praying, doing what we have to do to, be sealed as the elect, 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3, then we know that a greater world is coming. But with that, I want to end it there. All praises, all glory, and all honors going to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.